319 78th Street.
Mayor, is there a reason that Brian Neary and John Lynch, who are two criminal defense attorneys, are being hired by the township? Are they being hired in connection with the DPW investigation?
Yes, that's true.
And what's their role in the DPW investigation?
To represent those people who need representation, witnesses.
And who exactly needs representation at this time?
I don't recall the names of the individuals.
Mr. Wiley, one of those individuals?
He will not be represented by either of these two gentlemen.
Who is he going to be represented by?
He's represented by Mr. Pacquiao.
Is the township also paying Mr. LaPaglia?
Yes, it is.
So my understanding is the township is paying Mr. LaPaglia to represent Mr. Wiley in an investigation that could involve criminal allegations.
It could or could not.
In essence, the taxpayers are paying for a criminal investigation.
It is stated public policy in the state of New Jersey that public employees be represented by counsel where there's a need for representation based upon the fact that they were in the course of their employment.
Herb, I'd like my 5 minutes, if possible, to be stopped. I had a couple of questions for the mayor himself, not legal questions.
Not going to be stopped. Go ahead.
It's not going to be stopped? I'll just make statements then. It appears to me that the mayor has become the same politician that he once advocated against, a professional politician. In 30 years, the mayor, who appears to not want to be present at this moment, issued a newspaper. And in that newspaper, and I'll read it he promised night commission meetings. It says, Mayor DeVincent, who he ran against, and his commissioners have continually refused to have night commission meetings. After all, an uninformed public is an easily fooled public. And believe me, the taxpayers of North Bergen have been fooled for years. The North Bergen Bulletin calls for honest government within the township. Rid your town of the cancer that is slowly destroying North Bergen. We have pointed out many facets in which our township is lacking. Do something about it now. And it says, vote column A. We propose the following resolution. All commission meetings will be held in the evening at 8 o'clock p.m. in Town Hall. Does our mayor have any response to that commentary? Apparently not, because he's not.
Let me make a comment though. When we first came in office in '85, there was a takeover by the state of New Jersey.
I don't want to be rude to you, but this is a political issue.
I'm answering the question.
But
if you raise this issue, I'll tell you what happened. Then you'll understand.
The mayor made a promise in 1983.
The state, in 1985, the state took over the government of North Bergen. Mr. Turner was sent down as the administrator for the state. The state instituted a series of rotational meetings as state policy, and we've just kept it ever since because it works.
So there's no 8 o'clock meetings as promised in his original campaign?
Sure, we have 8 o'clock meetings on a rotational basis.
Okay. When is the next 8 o'clock meeting?
I don't know. Take a look at the schedule.
I did look at the schedule. They're all at 11 a.m. or 5 p.m.
That's not true.
Commissioner Pasquale, at the last meeting there were claims of $4 million approved. Did you review those claims with the other commissioners prior to?
Let's understand one thing. This is the public portion of the meeting.
And I'm asking public questions, Herb.
Yeah, you don't even have a right under technical law for an answer, much less picking out who's going to answer. If you have to think about legal claims, can you explain to me what your question is about legal claims?
No, the claims that were made were bills that were paid. And as the head of the Commissioner of Finance, I want to know if the $4 million in claims that were paid out at the last board meeting that were approved, if those were previously discussed.
On the claims list?
Correct.
The claims list is compiled from all the different sources, the town contracts, vendors. It's all processed by the professional staff. And then it's condensed at each meeting into a claims list, like the one we have here for today's claims list.
All right, I understand what the claims list is. And I have a serious question because it's bothering me. These are elected public officials. Do they have the ability to answer any questions on their own behalf?
What you're asking is a kind of a silly question.
I'm asking you whether they can do this. Apparently, they don't have any ability to answer questions because you answer all of them as town attorney, Herb.
Herb Shaw, 4402 Liberty Avenue.
Yes.